Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. So if you've been following us on this journey so far, I have a Bentley Arnage red label, which I done major mechanical servicing to. I mean, it wasn't mechanical work as such, it was more sort of serviced everything, engine, gearbox and everything else that was needed as well. And now I've come across a Arnage T, which is the facelift model. 2005 car. It needs a lot of work doing to it. It's actually in much worse condition than the red label that I bought. So I'm in a dilemma about whether I should buy it or not, and I showed you some video of the car in the last episode, and I need your advice. I mean, should I be buying this car? Should I not? What would you do if you bought it? So I decided to go back and have a look at it again. I mean, I looked at it first time and it was really dark. I couldn't see anything, and it really needed to be looked at properly, plus it needed to go on a ramp. So I'd arranged to go back again, and let's have a look at the video and tell me your thoughts. So this is the car, and what a difference coming back in the daytime makes to have a look at it. It doesn't look half as bad now. The previous day that I went to have a look at it, it looks really bad, but now it doesn't look so bad. I don't know if they've washed it in between, but it's still dusty, as you can see, so maybe not actually. Maybe it just is not as bad as it looked before. The car looks good overall. I mean, the paintwork, even though it is dusty, it's still got a deep shine to it. It's giving good reflection. The gaps around the body, look at the bonnet there, the gap lines are all equal. So that's a good sign, and it all seems to be complete as well. I mean, there's nothing that's missing from the car, certainly from the outside. Inside, now the back of the seat does make it look bad, and the interior is a little bit dusty, but it's overall not bad. There's very little wear. I mean, particularly at the back, there's very little wear. The roof is in great condition. There's no scratches on the back of the seats at all. This was something that I noticed actually. I mean, there's some scratching on the. It looks like the tint on the inside of the front window. So I'll be looking to remove that anyway. But again, you can see the interior of this. Even considering it's got a lot of heat in this country, it's not too bad. The phone's missing from the middle, but that's kind of useless anyway. And you'll notice that the cover, the sliding cover, is also missing there as well. The stereo, as I saw the day before, I couldn't close it. That seems to be a little bit floppy at the top, but that's kind of useless anyway, to be honest with you. I'd probably just close it shut. That opens, and it's got the remote control in there for the sat-nav, which is good to have, but not really useful. You can see the seat there is in great condition too. No wear on the seat at all. And now you can kind of get a better idea of the interior as well. The piano black wood. That seems to all work fine. Those covers for the auxiliary controls, and just need to sort out that stereo really. And we managed to drive it in as well. This is something I wanted to do, get it up on the ramp, and we were able to drive it in. But obviously we're really cautious about that leaky rear main seal. Very worried about that. And also with the cooling as well. I mean, the water pump's not working, it's leaking. And that's also a concern. So we can't even run it for that long, even if we wanted to. Okay, so here we can see signs of the leak all around here. So those pipes that you're looking at there, they're the power steering pipes, and they're all covered in what looks like engine oil. You actually just saw a drop coming down there as well. That's probably the power steering, or towards the back of the engine. I'm not entirely sure. You can see around here as well, probably dripping down here. He's saying this is the water pump leaking down here. So there doesn't appear to be anything catastrophic at the bottom, so that's a good thing. But obviously it's still it still is a concern. And I'm not a mechanic myself, so I'm kind of just checking it out. So let me just do a front to back. Radiator doesn't look like it's been leaking. This is just held in strange location. Yeah, so that's actually the oil cooler. Okay. Right. Yeah, it says it needs to normally be connected into there. Yeah. Yeah. He was just saying that people just repair it and they don't know. Irony is that he's also a mechanic and he's not been able to repair it. Looking at the bushes and the condition seems to be okay for the anti-roll bar. So as you can see, the car is really dusty underneath. I mean, it's just everything is just covered in dust. But there's no rust, which is good because it's a very dry country. Bit shiny there, may well be from the engine. Again, probably from the engine, I would imagine. Yeah, there just seems to be a lot of sort of oil and stuff everywhere on the underside of this car. But the good thing is, from my perspective, there didn't look to be anything catastrophic. It wasn't like there was a hole in the underneath of the engine or anything like that. Nothing like the Aston Martin. So that car, you can say, has taught me a hell of a lot about engine mechanics and what to look for, what not, what to avoid and stuff like that. Not going to make that mistake twice, that's for sure. But what do you guys think? I mean, does it look bad? Am I being a little bit too optimistic here? This is just sort of my overview of the car, but again, anti-roll bar looks okay. So generally everything underneath actually seems like it's in good condition, which is nice to see. Everything is straight. There doesn't seem to be any damage underneath at all, which is nice. Otherwise seems to be quite clean from underneath. Up top it's very dirty, very dusty, but bodywork seems to be straight from the above. So let me know what you guys think. So here you go, the interior again. That buzzing noise is just annoying. It's got every display issue coming on. So I've just opened up the coolant and the water is very dirty. Maybe it just needs a coolant loop or a flush. Hopefully no oil in there. Yeah, it didn't look like typical mayonnaise, so I'm not 100% sure. What do you guys think? And yeah, there's no mayonnaise in the bottom of the cap. I think it was just dirty coolant. Doesn't appear to be any water there. What do you think, guys? I mean, should I be buying this or not? I'm concerned about the rear main seal. That could potentially be something straightforward. It could be something that's actually a lot more serious than just simply changing the rear main seal. I mean, if there's engine damage, that could be a problem. So it's just really a case of trying to understand what needs to be done. I'm trying to price it up at the same time, so I've got some idea as to how much it's going to cost before I get into it, if I decide to go down that route. And yeah, it's a little bit difficult to price up because there's a lot of different problems with it. And I keep mentioning the rear main seal. The water pump itself is not working properly, so that's another issue. So there's definitely things around the cooling system, things around the transmission, and just generally all round. I mean, suspension on these cars are really expensive. So if it needs doing, that's going to be another arm and a leg as well. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, should I buy this? Should I just be happy with the red label and stick with it? Tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed and liked it already, then please do. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty quickly. So, do subscribe and share the video as well. Really appreciate that. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode, and we'll see what we decide to do about this car. Take care. All the best.